Okay, alright.
I am Mercedes Pickett. I am a tech database developer for the past 8 years. I'm also the CEO and founder of Earths Remedies. And on my off time, I am a visual artist. I do cosplay and other creative work. I have a nephew, and his birthday is around Halloween, and we always do family events, family functions, and we always try to outdo the previous year. One year, my nephew had a ninja theme, and so I came as a wounded ninja, a wounded assassin, and everyone just flipped their lid over how realistic and scary it was. So I was like, this may be the move. Just to have like all the adults just like freak out when they turn around and look at you. It was like, okay. Yeah, it was like, I can create, and I'm someone's wildest imagination brought to life. Earths Remedies is a nonprofit that connects the West Side community to free developmental resources. That includes education, career readiness, conflict de-escalation, as well as business resources and health and wellness. We got founded back in 2016, Earth Day, and that's April 22nd. I started off with tutoring high school students, and we also connected those resources to elementary students. We worked with the students and heard that their family may have other needs outside of academics, and we wanted to make sure the students we were working with had enough resources in school, outside of school, and also at home. By doing that, we developed a strong relationship with the family, and during the holiday seasons, we would often deliver resources, non-perishable groceries, as well as warm meals and toys, winter gear. So the families did not have to choose between toys under the tree or food on the table. I personally feel as if I unlock different parts of my creativity. Ultimately, I like writing, and tuning into a character allows me to create more of my own. I am writing a book called Override, and it's about behavior in the brain. Yes, Earths Remedies comes from our community being in a state of an emergency, the ER. So when you see Earths Remedies, you understand that you can receive resources to help develop you throughout life. The Earths Remedies is symbolizing we can find our necessities when we go back to the root, when we tap back into the foundation of who we are. And it starts with the soil, it starts with clean water, it starts with access to healthy and clean food. And when you nourish the mind, you nourish the body, and that improves the soul. So I love incorporating the truth, and it's as above, so below, as within, so without. So to see that parallel between nature, you take care of nature, you take care of yourself, and you take care of those two, you're taking care of what's around you. And it's a beautiful parallel that I would love for the community to become in tune with. The connection to Earth is something that hits me to my core. I love nature. I love having my green smoothies. The greener it is, the more healthier I feel. And I feel very much connected when my hands are dirty, when I'm out under the sun, when I'm next to something still yet alive, and that's nature. It's meditation at its finest. Sometimes I can go in with my camera and be as still as the nature around me so they can come out and invite me to capture their presence. And I really hope that my community can become more in tune with nature, with Earth, because I believe that's the key, and that allows us to liberate ourselves and to become self-sustainable. I really love going into my neighborhood and having people taken back by my creations. Last year, I was a gremlin. I was striped. And just the old folks, like, oh, I know who you are. Oh, I know who you are. Like, I know you do. You know, some folks didn't know who I was. They were young, but like the OGs, like they knew who I was. And I'm like, yeah, that was my favorite movie when I was a kid. Like, mine too. For me, the difference between activism and community organizing is activism, one is actively speaking up against transgressions against their community. Whereas community organizing, we look within the community and we work to help gain structure and create a foundation so our community can thrive. Okay, so right now I'm just laying down a base and it's just allowing the second layer to stick a little bit more. So you can see some of my skin. I go in with eyeshadow to add depth. I sometimes go into my hair, but I'll be wearing a wig, so there's no need to. I go into my ear and then I also go under my neck just for the base. In this cosplay, I'm going to incorporate the burnt aspect of Mother Earth. And so part of my face will be burning. A food desert is when you step outside of your home and you're trying to find a fresh apple. You may be able to find a banana at a gas station, but trying to access greenery, fresh greens, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables is scarce. And you will come across juice that's unnatural, high fructose corn syrup, and it's rare that you will have a fresh juice that was squeezed earlier today. And you have to go miles to find a grocery store that serves healthy and fresh produce. The community is actively combating that by creating green lots where they can harvest throughout the year. And I believe that's key. It's allowing the community to gain a connection with healthy and affordable food, but also allowing them to condition their taste buds. Many families will not go out and purchase kale because they're not familiar with it. But if it's discounted or free, they may become more acclimated with kale and see themselves purchasing it. I also appreciate the city for creating initiatives where families can use their link at city fresh markets and almost get double in what they would usually get. So there's incentives for families to go out and find available resources, but that's still scarce. And a lot of families may not know what they do not know. And how can you find a resource if you do not know it exists? And having healthy green produce spots allow the community to walk out and they're introduced to healthiness rather than a gas station filled with junk food or a liquor store filled with toxins. Then that is exactly where Earth Remedies come in. A lot of individuals are afraid of what will happen to Earth as humans continue to devalue her. And I feel as if she will continue to thrive through adaptation. And we're gonna hurt ourselves ultimately. And once that parasite is removed, she will adapt and continue to grow, unfortunately. We've had a few events, and let me think about the most recent one. It was in regards to connecting West Side small businesses to free financial, career readiness, business, enterprise, marketing solutions. And our goal for this process was to understand how small businesses on the west side of Chicago often fail within 1 to 5 years. And on average, about 80% of Black businesses fail within 5 years. And the universities that are around the west side, the banks that operate within the west side of Chicago have a call to action to become what the community needs. And that event allowed a small business located in Humble Park, a Black-owned beauty supply store, to receive consultant advice for free. On the day of the competition, those resources were shared with small businesses on the west side of Chicago, so they can tune in. Many of those businesses inquired about being the next business that was consulted. And we're connecting with Wintrust Bank and UIC to allow more small businesses to partake. This is our third season with UIC, and they would like for us to continue on, even developing it a part of their classroom curriculum for both graduate students and undergraduate students. And we think for the next season, having a co-op grocery store be evaluated is the next step. It's innovative. It allows for the food desert to be the issue to be addressed, and it allows for a conversation to be had along with resources for not only the co-op grocery store, but other individuals who's thinking about a similar initiative. So what got me into the GORP portion was after a very harsh domestic violence situation. My face was kind of messed up, and I could not fathom life. I just could not fathom, like, what is life? Why do people do this to people? And I was wondering, like, what would have happened if it went a lot further? Because I did not think I would have made it out there alive. So you're reflecting on, okay, I made it out, but what happened if I didn't? What would I look like if I didn't? What if he would have burnt me? What if he would have did this and that? And you waking up with nightmares because domestic violence. And I guess you start to see videos of, like, oh, this is sci-fi makeup, this is sci-fi work. And you're like, oh, let me see if I can do some sci-fi work. And like the first time I slit my throat, and that was very choppy. And the second time I did a half face, and it was very, very realistic, to the point where I was just walking around the streets and people are like jumping and screaming. I hope the community can become more unified. There's so many of us doing the work, we're just divided. And I hope the Earth Remedies platform will allow community members, scholars, small businesses, resource centers to have a unified platform so we can maneuver strategically. My name is Mercy Eterne. I am a database developer. I'm also the CEO at Earths Remedies and a visual artist. Thank you for watching Profiles.